What's up? It's Sam Walker here with Ringside Intel, giving you the latest update in our pound for pound boxing rankings. This is being recorded on June 17th, so if you see it a little bit late, of course, we're going to have an update for you soon. Still holding on to that number 10 spot is Devin Haney. Now, of course, he did lose to Ryan Garcia, but with this PED scandal still going on, no ruling from the Athletic Commission just yet about whether they're going to take that loss and turning into a no contest. Of course, that will help Haney's case for remaining. We really don't know what's going to happen next, but for right now, I just don't feel comfortable taking him off yet. And then that's not even factoring in that Garcia was 3 pounds overweight for that fight. But for now, Haney remains number 10. At number 9, we have Tyson Fury. That's a drop a couple of spots for him after his loss to Alexander Usyk. He's going to have a chance to redeem himself in October. So if he gets that win, then expect him to stay on the pound for pound list. If he does not get it done against Usyk on the second go round, then that's probably going to be his last time making our pound for pound rankings. At 8, we have Shakur Stevenson. He took a lot of flack for his November win against Edwin De Los Santos, a pretty slow-paced fight. But still, I mean, this is clearly one of the most skilled guys that's lacing up gloves as we speak. So he definitely deserves his place among the top 10 now. We want to see what he does in the first defense of the lightweight title that he has coming up next month against Artem Harutyunyan. If he gets that win, hopefully we see a big name against Shakur Stevenson next. A few names being floated around that sound really exciting and could further solidify his place on this list. At number 7, we have Dimitri Bivol. Bivol did exactly what he was supposed to do against Malik Zanad. I mean, he annihilated the guy that he was clearly miles and miles better than. And we will get to see that unification bout against Beterbiev very soon. That was announced right after his win against Zanad. So October, mark it on your calendar. At 6, we have Artur Beterbiev. Of course, we could switch it around with him and Bivol, 6 and 7, whatever. It kind of doesn't matter. We're going to have a definitive conclusion over who is the best light heavyweight in the world in October, and I simply can't wait to see this fight. At number 5, we have Tank Davis. Tank Davis defended the WBA lightweight title against Frank Martin this past weekend. Great performance, got off to a slow start, but you know, in typical Tank fashion, once he decided it was time to get it on, he finished the fight, no problem. Now we're just waiting to see what's next for Tank. The talk of Vasily Lomachenko seems to be really loud right now. Teofimo Lopez, another name that came up. Of course, Shakur Stevenson, always a name that we try to pair up against Tank. So either one of those 3 fights sound fantastic, sound like something that we really want. We want to see Tank fight a big name, and a win over any one of those 3 guys will definitely solidify his spot here. At number 4, we have Canelo Alvarez. Nearly 20 years after the start of his pro boxing career, he's still being talked about as one of the absolute best in the world. Definitely looked like it against Jaime Munguia. That was a fight against a young, hungry contender, and he was able to handle him. Now, we just don't know what's next for Alvarez. Everyone wants to see him against David Benavidez. That's the fight to make in a lot of people's eyes, even if Benavidez is temporarily moving on to light heavyweight, where he just picked up an interim belt. Of course, you know, Canelo had his own light heavyweight championship run as well, so that fight makes a lot of sense, and hopefully that's one that gets signed on the dotted line. Other than that, I mean, he does have the ability to move up and down the scale. Terrence Crawford trying to take his shot as well. So there are some options for Canelo, but he is our number 4. At number 3, we have Alexander Usyk. Now, there is a very, very, very strong case of putting him at number 1. I totally understand that. A lot of my colleagues agree. A lot of people whose voices I trust in this sport say that Alexander Usyk belongs at number 1. I mean, at the very least, he is super, super elite amongst the super, super elite in the sport. The first undisputed champion that boxing has had since Lennox Lewis about 25 years ago. So a huge, huge accomplishment there. And if he's able to get the job done again against Tyson Fury, who knows where he lands on this list, but number 3 at absolute worst. At number 2, we have Naoya Inoue. Inoue is coming off of his win against Luis Nery, a very fun fight, a fight that he did get the finish in after having a bit of a rocky start. Looks like he's going to be fighting Sam Goodman next, so we'll see how that plays out. But for right now, Naoya Inoue is our number 2. At number 1, we have Terrence Crawford. I do understand the case for dropping Crawford a bit down on this list simply due to inactivity. We haven't seen him since the Errol Spence fight. I'm not quite ready to drop him down simply due to the inactivity. We have a few guys that have taken a year off and remained on this list. So I think Crawford has definitely earned his spot as a pound for pound talent. And the way he's gone up the scale and won belts everywhere is fantastic. And simply not many people are able to do that. And in August, he'll have the chance to add a junior middleweight belt to his collection against Israel Madrimov. Definitely a fight that everyone should be watching. That's going to tell us a lot about what the future holds for Terrence Crawford, who is very clearly chasing greatness right now. And if he gets the job done, that'll just be another piece to an already great legacy. So those are the Ringside Intel pound for pound boxing rankings for the month of June 2024. Remember to like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell that friend to tell 10 more friends. Stay locked into Ringside Intel. I'm Ant Walker. Peace.